sworn into office and leading the 36th Guam Legislature is Senator Therese Terlahi, who was elected unanimously by her colleagues to serve as Speaker. We are going to go now live to Hagåtña outside of the Guam Congress building is KUAM's Peter Santos. Good morning, Peter.
Hey, good morning, Bree. Yes, like you said, I'm here at the Guam Congress building in the heart of Hagåtña. And just moments ago, the 36th Guam Legislature was just inaugurated. They had their inauguration. Everybody's starting to pour out of the building right now. We have OPA, PJ Cruz in the house. So definitely, it may not look like much is going on here, but that's because we're in the time of COVID. And I believe each member of the legislature had the opportunity to bring one family member to celebrate in this momentous occasion with them.
Mm-hmm. It was also what a moving speech by Speaker Terlahi. In the 34th, she served as Vice Speaker. The 35th, she didn't have any leadership position, but for the 36th Guam Legislature, she finally got to serve as a Speaker, and having been the top vote getter for the past two elections, is something certainly well-deserved.
Yes, definitely. And so, especially after a year like 2020, everybody's very excited to see what this legislative body is going to be able to tackle in the coming year, and see what form of legislation we can roll out for the people.
Right. And some of the remarks she made just cut me off when any of the senators start coming out. But during her speech, she talked about addressing the people of Guam, saying, "To my dear, resilient, and powerful people of Guam, it is my deepest honor to stand here before you." She said it was with humility and a deep sense of gratitude and solitude to honor your trust. Those ones before us who hold the speakership positions, when they practice judiciousness, when they set aside political motives. Other things she said.
Bree, we got a Tina Muñoz Barnes, Senator Tina Muñoz Barnes over here.
And Tina Barnes, Vice Speaker, she's the speaker, and we'll listen.
Work on economic diversity, but more importantly, to make sure that we take care of our people, and we do it safely, and we bring our economy back to this beautiful island. So it's been a rather rough year for all of us. For all of us. Nobody expected this pandemic. This was a pandemic that globally hit everybody around the world. But what we need to do as we recovery, Guam is resilient. We are a resilient people. And I just want to say with a humble heart that the work continues, and we have to work hard so that we can bring our economy back to where it was before the pandemic hit us.
No doubt. And so what is some of that first order of business, the first pieces of legislation that we should be seeing in the days ahead?
I want to make sure that the business community knows that if they're going to renew their license, they have overcome this pandemic and they want to continue to serve our island community, that their renewals will be waived. And I know it'd be a sacrifice for the government of Guam, but in the efforts of bringing back our business community to stand on their feet, their business licenses should be waived. And that's one. And then I've never stopped talking about transshipment and bringing new economic diversity into Guam, seeing the successes of who we are in Asia, because we are America in Asia or Asia in America. And I think transshipment should be implemented today. I've been working with the administration. I've been working with our business stakeholders. I've been working with the ports. And I think with the successes of what we have with our ports, we will do well. And I'm just very happy and elated to be a part of the 36th Guam Legislature. And I'd like to extend to the people of Guam on for continuing to give me this opportunity to serve our people. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Vice Speaker.
Hey.
And so, how are you doing?
Fine,
Nice to see you.
Peter.
You look beautiful today.
Thank
so,
you.
Definitely being that you have the position of Vice Speaker and you are also the head of the Committee on Rules, what are we expecting to see in the 36th Guam Legislature?
A lot of more work as we continue to recover, as we continue to bring our community back to a sustainable a sustainable business community so that we can be all on our feet. I think it is important that we continue to work together and make sure that our people are safe. Open our island of Guam to the rest of the world, do it safely, overcome this pandemic once and for all. We are very happy that probably new resources will be in for our island, but we have to get back on our feet. And by doing so, we have to work extra hard. And that's what I'm going to do. Roll up my sleeve and continue to not stop working. We got to work, 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 work.
Definitely. And since you were a part of the 35th, what kind of hurdles did you see back then that you're expecting to tackle now in this upcoming year?
I think it's important that with this pandemic that hit us globally, nobody expected it. There were a lot of obstacles, and now it's just trying to overcome that and work together. And I think in working together and working for the good of our people, I think Guam will do good. The 36th Guam Legislature will do great. And I have confidence with Speaker Therese Sirlahi that we will overcome any more obstacles that will come our way. So I'm humbled at the fact that she will be able to serve.
Thank you so much. You look great today. I'm glad you
you.
got your legs. Who did you bring with you today?
I brought my husband of 38 years, and he was my partner today on session floor. And I know to all my grandchildren out there and my children, thank you for always supporting me. They are my rock. They are my comfort place. And I just know that with my family always supporting me, I'm going to continue to do great for our community.
Amen to that. Family first, always. We're here with Vice Speaker Muni Barnes. Thank you so much, Vice Speaker.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Well, you heard it from the Vice Speaker. Work, 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 work. And that was kind of the message that the governor had sent in her congratulatory remarks to lawmakers on their inauguration. She said, "Let's get to work." And here now,
We have Senator James Morgan over here.
And also regarding the Santos agreement, doing some increases on that too. And then also rolling back for a couple of years on $1 million plus one or more on properties. What we really know that is necessary is that the economy needs to get back. It needs to get back strong so we can build back our island and put people back to work. And that's what our bills will be focused on. So we got those filed. We're going to follow up with this new leadership in the 36th Guam Legislature to make sure our bills get public hearings and move forward onto session.
While the measures are a good thing and the federal funds are great, what if that's still not enough?
You know, that's always the situation, and it probably won't be. Now, these are just three of the starting bills that we put in, and I know my colleagues have other bills to introduce as well. So it's a cooperative effort, and it's a cooperative effort that the Republicans will have also working with the Democrats to ensure that the right bills get moved forward and we do some things quickly. I think the people of Guam need to see some reactions quickly, and they're have done enough waiting. We have done enough waiting. We have heard enough about what can be done, but now we've had to show them what should be done, and that's what we're looking forward to in the 36. Right. So
Senator, with the business community kind of still reeling from all of last year, and I know you guys are proposing a couple bills, a couple pieces of legislation to try and jumpstart the economy. What kind of things can we expect from your side in this upcoming legislature?
Right. From my side, and I think also the Republicans, we're looking at is the economy. We know that it's the small businesses that need to survive, and it's been quite tough for this about a year now. And the future on what the federal government is providing us is helpful, but it's not the only answer. So as leaders, as the legislative leaders, we need to look at a lot of measures to help boost the economy going, and that's by removing fees, reducing taxes, and building jobs. And that's the only way we can get things going. So you're going to see many more bills and measures then to move the island forward by helping small businesses. And I know my colleagues and I will be doing just that, and we're going to work really hard with our Democrat majority to make sure our measures get on the floor, get public hearings, and get right into law so we can help our island as soon as possible. We're not waiting. We're getting busy right from day one.
Awesome. And so as GOP minority leader, what are you expecting in the upcoming months, just as you're going to hit the ground running?
Yeah, our first 100 days is going to be quite exciting. As a team, we'll be looking at measures that we can come up with together as well, and what our purpose is, and defining that for the people of Guam, so we can actually do the things and focus on these priorities. I think with my experience in the 35th Guam Legislature, I saw some measures that I would have felt is not necessarily should be up there in top level. But what needs to be on top is helping our small businesses, helping put people back to work, and helping our economy grow. We need our money into the government coffers to provide those critical services as for education, for police, and for public health too. So how do you do that? You do that with a strong economy. And how is that done? Is that with small businesses. And that's what we want to do to help the people of Guam. I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. And so it looks like you're standing here with featured gubernatorial candidate.
That's right.
Who did you bring with you today?
This is my nephew, Ryan Flores. Hi, Ryan. Has come along with me today and did my pinning for me. That went all right, huh, Ryan? Yeah, so one day, what do you think? Governor? You want to be governor? Or do you think you want to be? Huh?
You got the suit and tie already, man. All dressed up. Well, thank you so much.
All right,
Appreciate your time, Senator. Always a pleasure.
Okay,
Thank you.
it's been good. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. God bless. Okay.
So yeah, as everybody starts to pour out of the building, we'll go ahead and get some more of the legislative representatives.
James Doyle, as you kind of touched on, he plans on hitting the ground running, he and his colleagues, as we had them on the link last week, him along with Senator Chris Duenas, Senator Frank Bluss Jr., and Senator Tony Atta. They plan on introducing 3 bills today, any minute now, and they're a trio of tax relief measures, one to roll back the business privilege tax from 5 to 4%, another to raise the ceiling on limited BPT exemptions from $500,000 or to $500,000 from $250,000, and also introducing legislation regarding a 2-year suspension of the 2019 tax increase on high value property.
All right.
$1 million.
We have actually the Speaker of the House walking out right now.
Congratulations on the speakership. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very optimistic and energetic and ready to go. So I'm very grateful to my colleagues. They've been wonderful, and they seem to be very ready and willing to serve the people of Guam in a very focused way. So I'm very much looking forward to working with them.
Yeah, no doubt. You spoke about just the tremendous. You were thankful that they ran during a time like this, during
Yes.
a pandemic. And then you also mentioned the values of enough respect, hard work. But what are you planning to do to help move us forward in coming out of this pandemic?
Well, we are, of course, going to focus on the economy, right? And what we can do to build up these small businesses and families that are hurting right now. That's still our priority. So first, them. And of course, government programs that have been put on hold, we will be taking a look at those and see when they can be re-implemented. But I think we need to build stronger and better. And it's kind of chaotic, this pandemic, but I think it gives us an opportunity to totally be creative and do things differently. And that's what I'm looking forward to. So a little bit of different is going to do us a lot of good, I think.
And Speaker, many people have said this has been a long time coming that you got your turn at speakership. So how are you feeling today, and what are some of the priorities that you have in this upcoming year?
I'm feeling very grateful, and I think we need to communicate very well, and that's a challenge, right? That we are going to have to overcome. I think we can't have personalities dividing us, and we can focus on issues. So communication is one of my priorities. I think more deliberations. I welcome all ideas, suggestions, and input. I think that's the way to go forward. Openness, that's the other key. It's like we will never create good policy. We can't be completely open about what the facts are underlying that policy or what the situation really is. So the more openness, the better. And that's going to take all 3 branches of government to work together in that.
You said 4 years ago, you decided to run to try and restore that faith that you noticed the community has lost for our elected officials. Where do you measure that today after your 4 years in office?
Oh, it's been challenging. At first, I thought, things are going okay, but I think, the pandemic has just really stirred up a lot of emotions of everyone, and rightfully so, because we've seen the gaps in our systems of service to the people. So those gaps are glaring. And so we are trying now, all branches are trying their hardest to fill those gaps and do better. And so we need to do better. So I think they're just gonna have to see us work very hard to do better.
So outside of all the branches of government, our congressional representative, someone who is supposed to be our bridge to the federal government, to the people out in Washington, have you heard anything about his congressional address? Yeah, his, I guess, inauguration address.
No, not yet, but he did send me a message congratulating me, and I offered to work with him, as I always have, and I'm looking forward to that, actually. I think we have a lot of things to do with Congress to resolve long-standing issues on Guam.
Yeah, I think everybody after 2020, they're just ready for a year of teamwork from both sides.
Yes, I agree. I think all sides, every side agree that we're going to all have to work together. There's no other way. That is the way to go forward. We're going to have to work hard together, and it's not going to be easy. I don't promise you easy. I told them it's going to be difficult because the issues that we're facing are painful, and they are long-standing, very complex, and so it's going to take a lot of work.
Thank you. You look awesome today. It looks like you're just full of light and happy.
Oh,
I'm so happy for you today. As a professor, you've always been a champion for the people, and so it's wonderful to see it's exciting to see what you're going to do this year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Speaker.
My students.
Yes.
Take care.
Thank you. So yes, Bree, we just spoke with Speaker Teresa Lahi. Here at the Guam Congress building, everything is slowly pouring out. Everybody's making their way out, just saying they're taking pictures, I believe. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the speaker, she sounds like she's ready to go. One of the main things that just in the previous interview she just did with Vice Speaker Munya Barnes, with Senator Smollin, and again with the speaker, is everybody's talking about rebuilding our economy. That being one of the primary issues and what they plan on focusing on and helping the small businesses. Some of the other takeaways from the speaker's inaugural speech, I guess you could say, is that we must exercise oversight of the recovery and work with the administration. We need to make our government, the people, get through this and rebuild our economy. Looking forward to healthy debate in the legislature based on truths and facts. She said we can and we will rebuild our island together, more fortified, unified. She talked about raising the standards. We hold ourselves, hold the government accountable. We will continue to earn the respect and trust of the people who are in office. They did go over the committee. So Committee on General Government Operations, Appropriations, Housing, that will go to Senator Joe S.N. Augustine. Committee on Education, Self-Determination, Infrastructure, Border Security, Federal and Foreign Affairs. That'll go to Senator Talina Nelson. Air Transportation, Parks, Tourism, Higher Education, Senator Amanda Shelton. Economic Development, Agriculture, Power, Energy, Utilities, and the Arts. That will be chaired by Senator Clint Rigel. And the Committee on Rules, as we saw in the press release that was issued last night, that will be chaired by Vice Speaker Tina Munya Barnes. She will also have oversight over public accountability, human resources, the Guam buildup, Hagatna revitalization and regional issues, overseeing the Committee on Public Safety, Emergency Response, Military and Veterans Affairs, as well as the Mayor's Council of Guam Public Transit will be Senator Pio Tulahi. Having oversight over the environment, the Department of Revenue and Taxation, Labor, Procurement, Statistics, Research, and Planning will be Senator Sabina Perez. And then as for Speaker Teresa Lahi, she will continue to have oversight of the Committee on Health, Land, Justice, as well as culture. So I guess as we wait for more senators to come out, we're going to go ahead and pull out of this live shot, and we look forward, Peter, to your story tonight on Primetime.
Looking forward to it too, Bree.
All right, take care. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, everybody, that concludes our live from the Guam Congress building. Again, look for more on the inauguration of the 36th Guam Legislature tonight on